All right, you guys, here we go. Welcome back to Debbie Doodle's Art and Soul. I am playing with glow paint again. I'm on a much larger canvas. It's a 20 by 16, and I'm going to attempt a swirl, kind of like I did with the color shifting. The first time I did it, I thought it was an accident, but then I did it with the with that color shifting paint, and I was like, hey, there's actually like a way to do this. So I'm going to attempt it again. So what I've done is I've got my colors here. These are all my glow colors. And I did a bit extra of the neutral. So I'm going to layer all these colors together. I'm going to be using white this time instead of black, because every time I do this I'm learning something new. And what I found with my last glow painting was that I put black underneath just on the edges. When it dried, I could see that black. And the glow part, it didn't glow as much there. So we're not going to do that this time and see if it comes out better. All right, so I've already got my colors mixed with my Floetrol, which is my paint medium. It makes it flow better than just the paint. And a little bit of water just to make them nice and thin so that they'll slide. Because this has to be, what I found with these swirls is that it usually is happening when you have excess paint. Because I'll be going, oh my gosh, I have too much paint. I could have used less paint. Well, that's what happens with that excess paint. I have a puddle kind of in the middle more than what I need, and that's what allows the swirl to happen. So I'm purposely going to put a little too much paint on this time. I'm not using black. I'll be using white. So I already have my white on standby mixed up, and I'm just going to go ahead and put a little bit on the edges right now, just a little, because with this amount of paint it's going to slide off and cover my edges anyway. So all right, and I don't want to forget we're putting silicone in all the colors. I'd like to have some nice big cells with this. Okay, here we go. I'm going to start with pink. Actually, I'm going to start with my neutral. I'm going to put this just straight glow on the bottom. I'd like to have a lot of this. And then the colors. So we'll layer it as such. And it's the night before Turkey Day, and there's lots of stuff buzzing around in my kitchen, and doors opening and kids playing, and we're gonna have lots of people over tomorrow. Lots and lots of food, lots of things to give thanks for. So I thought while I had this opportunity, I would create. And I get stuff in my head on things I want to do, and I just can't help myself. I just got to do them. All right, we're just going to keep on alternating colors until this cup is full. I'm going to use it all. Again, these paints are a little bit more expensive, so don't leave much in the cup, especially, you know, that little tiny bit. I can't do a dirty pour with them, so might as well go ahead and just use them. I found also too that the yellow and the green and the neutral glow the absolute best. So I'm kind of at my full spot here. But I think what I'm going to do is create another cup just in case with this excess paint. In case what I did was not quite enough to cover this full canvas. And so I'll have a little on reserve. And the worst case scenario is that I have a mini dirty pour. A mini glow dirty pour. Worst case scenario. which is not a bad thing. Yeah, this will give me about a half a cup, which is cool. So it'll either go on this canvas or it will go on another small canvas. Okay. All right, you guys. So here I have another little half a cup of the same mixture. And we are going to go ahead and, whoo, this one's full up. Okay, I always feel awkward during this part. Like, I'm scared it's just going to fly off the off the canvas and onto my table. But that doesn't usually happen. All right, here we go. Whoa, it is super full. So, yeah, I'm nervous. Sorry. Whoa, I'm spilling it. Crap. There, it's done. There, I did it. All right, fingers. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and put some white around this, just so when I pop it, it's got something to hit instead of a dry canvas, dry board. And I'm going to go ahead and just work these edges. I usually do that first, but I guess in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really matter when you do it, as long as you do it. And I need a little bit more. This kind of, while I'm doing this, gives my cup time to marinate. Let gravity do its job. Okay. All right. And I will, real quick, wash my fingers again. And I'll be back. All right, it's already doing some pretty groovy stuff, and we're going to go ahead and pop it. Are we ready? Okay, there's not hardly any light in here. I just now realized that. Sorry, guys. I'm slacking. I have light. Ta-da! There, the colors you can see better. Right on. All right, okay. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that looks pretty cool. Right on. Okay. Let it spread a little bit. Wow, it's already creating some pretty groovy cells over here. I just love it so much when you can see other colors coming through the top layer. It makes these veiny type things. All right, I'm going to hit it with the heat gun real quick. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay. All right, now we're going to see what we can do. I'm kind of considering, where's my excess cup at? Uh-oh, what'd I do with it? Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Hiding over there. I'm almost thinking about going ahead and popping this on there too, just to make sure that I have the colors or the amount that I want. I'm almost concerned about the amount of paint. So I think what I'm going to do, you guys, is I'm going to go ahead and flip another one. And I'm going to do it kind of right here. All right, let that do its thing. That one's kind of sloppy, but there's no mistakes in art, you guys. It's going to be awesome, no matter what. So let that kind of sink down. Flip it around. Hey, and that looks pretty cool with the green and the purple in there. All right, now I feel more confident in the amount of paint that I have on here to create the swirl effect that I'm looking for. All right, I'm gonna hit it with the heat gun. Yeah, it's fluidy. We got fluids happening up in here. Okay, just a little squirt. I'm gonna put a little bit more white around here. Okay, guys. All right, I think I'm ready. Let's go ahead and start our tilt. I like that green kind of going through the middle. That's kind of cool. You hear cartoons in the background. Something about the universe. Alright, here we go. I want to hit this with a little bit more white. I need some slide effect, you guys. Need some slide action happening right here. Okay, here we go. Yeah, we're going off the edge. There we go. I'm going to bring it back real quick. I don't want to lose too much. Bring it back this way. I don't know if I'm going to have enough paint, even with that second cup. It's not as... Maybe I should have made it thinner. There we go, over the edge. There we go, bring it back. I got to hit this edge. And then we'll see what we got left to work with. Yep. I don't think I'm going to be able to do a swirl, you guys. I just don't see it happening. But that's alright, because it still looks pretty friggin' groovy. I don't know what's happening right here. Oh, I know what that is. Floetrol. Floetrol happened right there. Alright, so... Sometimes the Floetrol will have this, I don't know, thick little bits in there, and it messes things up. And I usually catch it in the process when I'm doing, you know, when I'm actually pouring it, but obviously I did not this time. The fun of acrylic paint pouring. I know I'm way out of you guys' view, but I kind of dig how the, you know, I'm not going to be able to do a swirl with this. That's all right. I'm okay about that because I kind of like the way that this one came out. Gotta kind of see how make sure I don't have any bald spots. You don't want any bald spots, guys. And my edges are nice and covered. I like the way that there's a lot of green over here because the green, and there's some really cool veins going through of the neutral. Let me wash my hands. We're going to hit it with the heat gun and see what we can do. All right. Let's see how we got it going on. We got some cells popping up, which is good. Not as many as I wanted though, so I'm learning as we're going. Next time use 2 full cups of color. Sorry, I'm yelling at you guys again. This looks pretty cool though. And I bet it's going to glow really nice because of how much green is in there. And I didn't use any black, so that's bringing us... And I think I might do some, blow some stuff in here with the straw. And we've got some pink and purples popping through here. Very cool. Not upset. A little disappointed that I wasn't able to do the swirl, but not upset. And I'm trying to see if these are bald spots in my canvas or if that's just white. So I'm going to take this green right here because it just kind of looks like a blob. And I'm going to turn my canvas towards me without dropping it. And that was a little tricky. Tricky. All right, here we go. Okay. And I'm just going to kind of give this a little wind in its sail. Give it a little character. There, that's a little more character. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through my cups and see if I've got, because I do feel like that these are a little craterish. So I'm going to put some of this neutral in these, what looks like craters to me, just to make sure that they're covered good. Plus it'll look groovy. It'll look super cool in the black light. And I like symmetry, so I'll pop it down in different places. Okay guys, I'm not upset with this. Next time I'm going to do it again though, because I want a freaking swirl. I'm on a mission now. This is awesome. Let me see if I've got some more. I got a little bit of green in here too, so I think what I'm going to do is add some green because there's so much of this orangey sherbety color going on over here. I'm just going to kind of do some random greens with this excess that I have. I think that's good. There we go. And those will spread out a little bit. Sometimes I'll even kind of run my finger through it and it'll all change. It won't stay looking like that. There we go. That one still looks a little bald to me. Let's see, what should I do? I think, do I have yellow? Nope, I used all of the yellow. That's the orange and that's the pink. And I do have a little more green. I got a little bit more green I'm going to add right there in the middle of there. Give it a little swirl. Make it look groovy. There we go. Okay. Just add a little texture to it. There we go. Alright, that looks pretty cool. Alright guys, well, this is how you live and you learn with art. And again, there's no mistakes in art because I still think this is awesome. And when it dries tomorrow, well, tomorrow's Thanksgiving. So when it dries tomorrow, I will, the next day when I have time, and I'm not entertaining, I will put it under the black light and we'll see how cool it came out. Alright, thanks again for joining me. See you next time.